Whoa. Let's see if this works today. Oh goodness. Oh gosh. It's loading. Okay, it seems to be live. This is not my best brush. This is not the best brush. That's okay. We'll put this down. Why are my merge buttons not in there? Okay, well, we'll just merge it down anyway. I've changed the color of Clip Studio Paint, and that is certainly not helping me navigate at all, but I think it might be nicer to look at for longer periods of time. We'll find out. Hi! Welcome to streaming time, where it is, in fact, streaming time. I need you guys to let me know whether my audio quality is okay. I've got a new microphone, which should hypothetically be better if I set it up properly, and I almost certainly have not. Ah, why are you doing that? Nothing from my desk snag me, please, I beg you. We're just gonna be... Let me see if I can get a darker color. Maybe a purple. I could do a purple. I gotta be working on this. Yay! Good audio then. Perfectly suitable audio. I'm gonna be working on this illustration here. I just want to practice like blocking out a full scene. We're gonna see how well that goes. What is this? Layer history? No, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. Oh, I wonked up all of my settings for where things are spread out. So we're just gonna have to get that a little bit reconfigured. Let's put an opacity option in here. Knock down that opacity so that I can draw better. Who needs a rectangle tool when homemade is fine? And then I do actually want to move them over here. My penchant for angles that are much too wide is maybe not the best. Maybe not my best move. And then Joan will be like, oh, uh-oh. Maybe a little bit further over. She's like, uh-oh. I love my cream brush. I don't know. I don't know. It would be very cool if I knew how to do composition. And we'll get there. But I do not currently know how to do composition. Oh, I forgot to put it in the dwelling. Let's put this in the dwelling. Whap! Let's delete the other streams. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. Brush, brush, brush. No, I want to remove this one again. Composition book. That's a pretty good idea. I just need to do more studies of composition and that would fix it, but we'll get to it. First I want to try by just doing. Maybe, okay, new plan, starting over. Why is that shift and not, no, all my buttons, why are all of my buttons wrong? Oh, this sucks, all of my buttons have been reset. What's up with that? Ooh, I'll fix it later. Right now we'll just do it the long way. We'll just do it the long way. Why are we doing that? Okay. We want to make it all big. Probably about there. What is everyone else doing today? How are you doing? What kind of art things are we up to? Because I've been having a difficult time with art lately. Let's extend this over here. What is the stream thumbnail? Let's just put that around. And we can probably widen that a little bit, just so that it's... What angle are we looking at? Figuring out what angle we're looking at might help, perhaps. Yay! Sketching together is a good plan. I wish I could meet up to sketch together. That would be so delightful. Where are my tones going wrong? Where am I looking right now? I know they're in an alleyway, so we have to think alleyway thoughts. Perhaps we can pull... So we know that this guy's kind of here. Oh wait, let's maybe do different pose. Yeah, we can do that. I'm just hoping that this project works out okay, because again, like I've been having a difficult time with drawing. I'm starting a class, or I already started the class, but we'll start drawing soon, where we're going to be working on visual development for the book Neuromancer, which is a cyberpunk book, which means that I need to figure out how to interpret cyberpunk into something I'd like to draw, which is going to be a fun little challenge, because I really just live in the space of fantasy and semi-historical fiction. I'll just live right here. I filmed a sketchbook tour recently and I was gonna upload it soon, but then I fear I've corrupted the drive that it was on, so that is not a good vibe so far. So we'll see whether I can recover that, and if not, I'll have to refilm it again. What a joy that'll be. Why does he look like this? And what are we doing? Why am I ignoring the background? I want us to be looking... Elliot's kind of on a wall that leans that way. So the edge of the alleyway will be kind of like there-ish. Where is it? Yeah, there-ish. can kind of pull their legs up. Don't like the poses, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll fix it later. Ugh. Or we could pick a different shot to do. What if we did that? What if we did a different shot? Let's see, let's see, let's see. What can I pull up? Let's pull up the other page of this storyboard and see if I like any of those shots better. The answer will be no, I believe, but we'll find out. How do I feel about these? Maybe we could do these. We could do... I love a good crowd shot. That one could be fun. This one's fun. Let's try this one. It's already got... Oh, no, come back. Composition I'm fine with. And so we can just work on top of it. Create new clip from clipboard. Canvas size. Oh, we don't want canvas size. We want resolution. Image resolution. We want to make it go up by like 2 billion%. Let's get that to take over to 4,000. Then we'll hit go. Yeah, boards! Ooh, Studio Ghibli board studies. That's such a good idea. How's that going for you? Let's see, let's see. I want to do kind of like a fake screenshot. I don't know. I want a lovely illustration because I never do like actual illustrations and that's a shame. So let's get here. Here we're kind of in a crowd shot. I could widen it a bit. Do we like half body or do we want to smallen it and do a full body? We'll start by smallening it and we'll sketch in the full body and then we can decide whether we just want to crop it again. Ooh, I'm excited to see those. Let's transform this to the right size. That's not what I asked for. What are we doing? Edit scale? Yeah. I wonder if I could do some board studies of Luca, since that art book is out and they have a lot of boards in there. That could be a fun challenge. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna put this right here. We're just gonna, let's see, let's turn down the opacity on this guy. I know that Marlin... You haven't watched Luca yet? Oh my gosh, Luca is so lovely. Encanto too. Gonna have his little foots about there. No Disney Plus. So we're like somewhere around here. Pirate moment. I'll try to do some of this. Or we could just put it back to the original shot composition. That might be better. It might be better. Why are my buttons all mucked up? They're still messing me up! I go insane. We do only stream legally here. No, nothing untoward in this chat room. That would be unimaginable. Okay, we'll put this back and we'll work from it here. Let's put... Oh my gosh, picture of Nocturne for Osley, my favorite little guy. Let's see. Put this all the way up again. Let's slam dunk in the values again. And probably I should separate characters from background. That might be useful to me. Might be useful to me. Yeah, I'm playing with the light gray theme, seeing if I like it at all. I'm not certain yet. But I was having trouble staring at Clip Studio Paint because it just felt too oppressive. Because I'm in a bad art mood. And so I was like, maybe changing things up aesthetically will help my brain. Because that works sometimes. And other times it does not work. But gotta try it to see if it does. I feel like my stream latency is very high again. The delay between what I'm seeing in chat and what you guys are hearing. Yeah, I've basically never seen anyone use Clip Studio in any other theme. But what kind of nice comforting image? I don't have nice comforting images. Let's see, let's go find... Let's open Elliot, Joan, and Marlon again, so I have their reference. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we got them here. I really do want to revise Elliot's colors. I'm not satisfied with them. We just put Geralt of Rivia in the corner of the canvas. Improve everything. Okay, no worries. Then that's good. We'll keep going then. We'll put this stuff in. I really should just take a straight up illustration class. Because I don't feel like I ever actually learned how to take a piece from sketch to final in any actual capacity. And then I haven't practiced very much because I don't know how. I was hoping the class I'm signed up for now was gonna be that, and it's secretly actually a VizDev class and not an illustration class, even though it's called Intro to Narrative Illustration. Luckily, I really like VizDev, and I would love a class on VizDev, but I really thought it was gonna be an illustration class. Toss that in there. Yeah, composition and readability good. I wonder, and if an illustration class is more about composition and readability, how do I learn how to finish things? I would also like to know more about composition and readability, but I feel like I have a lot of those concepts rattling around in my brain and I don't put them to use. Oof, the false advertising is right. One moment. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was super advertised to be an illustration class. Like, I see how the description can get to its VizDev, but we got there and we did the first day, which was like going over the syllabus and what he wanted for the class, and over half the participants were like, he was like, what do you want to do? And they were like, I want to do children's book illustration. And I thought that's what this class was gonna be. And he's like, no, that's not what this class is. Instead, we're doing VizDev. Sometimes you just have to throw yourself at a class. Art classes are wild like that. I feel like many art classes are just wildly miscategorized. At some point soon, I should maybe show the dwelling what I'm making a Pinterest board for that class, like an inspiration board for Neuromancer, and maybe I'll share it in the dwelling. See if it's any fun. I feel like I need some advice on like how cyberpunk works. Because I'm really not very experienced with like what is cyberpunk? What do you do in cyberpunk? What are the aesthetic mainstays of such a thing? Because the ones I do know about, I don't really care for. Yeah, the book. But I don't feel like those particular mainstays are actually entirely integral to the genre. It's just the Hollywood aesthetic for the genre. The bodysuits and the neon lights. Ooh, storyboarding course, character design course. That bops. Structure desire. Yeah, it's being a pretty hard read for me as well. I have to read through it and I've only gotten through chapter 1 and a little bit of chapter 2 and my attention is just not sticking. And as well, it's got pretty classic, like... you can tell that the women characters are written by a man. Let's see. Would Marlon have cut his hair at this point? I'm not sure. Yeah, the prose is kind of word salad, which in some parts I can like because it gives you a really good set of descriptors for visuals to work from, which is good in my case because I'm going to be working on drawing these things. But it's a little hard for me to read. Let's see. How are we doing? Hello! Welcome to stream. We're having a great time. We're talking about the book Neuromancer, and we're trying to work on this illustration in vain. Let's see. If I were to do a background, what would it look like? I feel like crowd scenes are a pain. So maybe this was a poor choice, but we're sticking with it because I already changed my pick like 3 times. What kind of colors do I want in this piece? Animation crowd shot? Give me pins for animation crowd shot. Eh. Fruit stream. Hi, Ethan. Maybe we'll start with like a teal blue. Kind of slam that in there. And then we can work on top of it. I think the question now, right now, this instant, that I should find out before I go any further is, do we want this to be a line work kind of piece or a painting kind of piece? This is a poll for the audience. Where is my proper board? Let's get that back up here. Backgrounds terrify me. I can pretend I know how to draw a background, but I don't actually, and I feel like that's pretty evident in the backgrounds that I draw. I should really draw some just environment studies for cycles. See if that helps at all. Is this 8 pixels high? How small are we right now? I thought I made this big. I did make it big. Why is it so tiny? Perspective is terrifying. I've figured out how perspective works, but I'm not, like, I know how to, I know how to do it, but I don't know how to pick what angle we're gonna look from. And so that's not very helpful. Like, oh, let me open up this illustration I started, where the perspective works primarily, but it doesn't serve the scene. And so to fix that, I would have to redraw the whole thing. Oh, painful. But maybe I'll just continue it from here, because it causes me so much suffering. Like, the things, they all vanish properly, and I think things are mostly functionally in space, but it would be better if the table was, I guess if the perspective was like a little bit lower, so that the table was a little flatter. It would feel less clunky. It would feel like we're actually focusing on the characters. Pain. We'll try going back to here. Colors. What kind of place are they in? I feel like I should become an artist that makes a little tiny, like, inspiration board for every single illustration I do. It might help. It might actually just help. Oh, we're backwards here. We don't want to be backwards. Seems we've decided it's a painting piece, because I don't want a line. Clunky. Let's see. Ooh. Could work on this one. Then I wouldn't have to. It is not helpful to jump between projects every 15 minutes. It is not. I must reassure myself of this. We will see. We will try to continue to work on this one. I'd love to figure out like how to do streams in the future where I'm working with another artist. Like we're working on something, not necessarily together, but we can chat and like talk about things, maybe have a topic for thing. Very podcast, except we're drawing together. I wonder if I could get that to work. Let's move that arm backward so that it has more impact. There's like a marlin. There's a marlin in there. I'm not sure who I would invite. I know I have a couple artist friends who might be interested in doing that, but I'm not sure who would actually be interested. I have a couple other friends who are streamers, and so if I wanted to talk about LARP stuff, I have a couple people I could invite, and that would be a lot of fun, I think. It'd be very different for the channel, but I do love talking about LARP, and I would love to put more LARP content out in the world so people can have a resource to find out about it and what it's like and things you might want to know and stuff like that. I'd love to do a stream or a video talking about like children characters at LARP, children characters in general, like how to handle them and how not to handle them, and just being young at LARP, costuming, how to develop characters, how developing characters for LARP is different than for illustration and for making your own stories. I don't know. I think it would be a lot of fun, but also about art topics if people would want to join me. I'd have to make some art YouTube friends. I think Marlin should have long hair in this one. I think he would still have it. Yeah, he should definitely have long hair, because this is one of the first times he really interacts with Elliot and Joan. And he should definitely have long hair at that point. We looking. Let's add maybe Elliot next, or Joan. Let's see. LARP is super interesting. I would always highly recommend it. I've only been to Twin Mask LARP, so I can't exactly vouch for anything else, but I'd really like to try some other games. If anyone is particularly interested in LARP, let me know so I can, like, get a sense of the interest in that as content, because I'd love to make videos about it, but I don't know if people want to see that from me. I'm so glad you think so. This story is such a mess in my mind. That's why I'm glad something is coming out of it. There we are. That's a Joan. I love a Joan. Let's get her. Oh, I just want this story to be not in my brain. I want it to live in other people's brains someday. And I feel like I'm actually getting closer to being able to share it. Like, get it into other people's brains. It's exciting. That is so sweet to hear. Then maybe I will make videos about LARP and about other silly things that I would like. I'm definitely finding I'm less intimidated by live streaming because there's no... Streaming is really truly just a conversation. I am just talking. I'm not expected to have a script or have it be fully coherent because people can ask clarifying questions if it's going off the rails. But videos are scarier. I'm not sure how to make them very consumable. But we'll figure it out because I'd really like to make videos. I'm not sure I like that face. It's a little big. Let's try scaling it down. And then right after this stream, I'm gonna reset all my settings to the proper ones. I'm not sure how they got so munged up. But they super did. We're just chilling in here. That's not the brush I was using. Let's use this one. There we go. That's like an Elliot there. He'll have hair covering his eyes, but that's okay. Let's try setting. Oh, nope. There we go. No, let's try Elliot one more time. It's in there. There's something in there. We'll fix his face in a bit. Put her arms there. Maybe we can go more surprised on Elliot. There we go. Just got such silly hair. Who let this guy cut his hair like this? Certainly not me. And then where was it? Marlin in this scene would be wearing the very ill-fitting version of his outfit. So we can do kind of that. Joan is here. And then Elliot still needs to scale down again. Yeah, there we are. Much better. Why do I have so many pings on Discord? What are we doing here? Excellent. Okay, we're back. We've got an Elliot, we got a Joan, got Marlin. Can I have a scarf? Depends on what I'm doing, whether I use references or not. I definitely should use more references. I feel like that might be helpful. And if I'm particularly struggling with something, I'll usually try to find a reference. But I feel like when... in the context of that question, mostly no. But I don't recommend that path. Like right now, I might be hugely benefited by finding some references for these poses and these movements, but ooh, will I? They are so valuable. Let's get his scarf in there. Because Elliot gets cold really easily. Why do you think you use references too much? Because if they're helping, then probably doing the right amount of reference. There's like a lot of controversy around references. I don't understand that. It really is a great habit to have to to be using so much reference. Let's see. That can work. That like almost works. How do we feel about that, Elliot? Maybe we can tilt him back a little bit. That's fair enough. If you don't feel like you're learning much from them, it might be beneficial to try to be more conscious when using them. Not necessarily all the time, but as something to practice. Trying to really analyze. Do you feel like you're just copying, just replicating what you see in the reference rather than really learning from it or taking it into what? Is that the direction? I love somebody. Elliot looks so silly. What a foolish little man he is. Yeah, that's fair enough. Then I definitely would recommend trying to as like a study. So like not all of the time, but just as a practice, taking some reference and trying to abstract it more or use it in ways that may not be as holistic, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure. I kind of want to like draw an explanation of what I mean. So maybe I will. Mood, big mood, Mask Senpai. The main thing I do is art, and yet basically every time I draw, I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I don't remember if I can draw anymore. No one can take me. Where is the nice pen? Maybe, marker pen? Mono? Yeah, it's mono. That's what I want. Interesting. I'm writing this one. Yeah, I do want to draw. I want to try to explain what I meant. Let me see if I can find a good reference image. Because I need this advice too. So we're going to try to work together to create this advice. But for now, we'll leave it right. We'll leave it on something interesting to look at while I find a piece of reference. Not I will not, I cannot, I will not. There we go. We'll try to do something from this. Let me get it over here. That's mood. Wanting to rebrand accounts is a big mood. I've somehow stuck with Wigglebees for forever, but I'm not sure how or why. I'm really tempted to rebrand it, but also, it's been here for so long. And sail to shore. Yeah! Yeah, I understand that. Let's see. We're gonna try to do something off of this. Why do you think so? I don't notice when I'm doing it. How to figure out how to describe what I'm thinking. I feel like to copy it, I'd be kind of like this. Just going in and I'll talk to the wind. I'm not sure. Oceans have a warm bed and says to stay alive. Yeah, just to copy it, I'm just copying what I'm seeing. Or perhaps even tracing over parts of it. But if I were to... and I'm using all of this as one reference. Versus maybe focusing in on different parts of it. Like maybe... Like if I really like the arch of that back, can focus in on pieces like that. And don't necessarily have to use it for like the entire pose or all of it. I don't know. Getting things to working for the night. I don't know. I'm not sure if I can actually articulate what I'm trying to. Maybe I'll come back to it at some point. Something, 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 focusing on different aspects of a reference leads you to different places. And you can focus in on specifics so that you gain more out of a piece. Looking at it more analytically than just drawing what you see. Hmm. Hmm. Well, we'll go back to thinking about that. Trying to figure that out. I start the day high and I am so true as I went for the night. That's not the brush I want. Let's try to slam dunk some base colors in here. I used to be, and still do. I learned how to draw quite a lot from like YouTube speed paints of old. Speed paints aren't really the thing anymore, but for a long while in the late 2000s, that was the YouTube art content. And that's where I learned how to draw. Learned a lot of the processes, but all of those I feel like either had a strictly painting tactic or a really strict like sketch, line, color, shading. And so I've always felt really guilty for how ridiculous my process is. But that's absurd. And so only recently have I kind of been just embracing that, even though I'm not sure it's the right way, but I think embracing it would let me move past, figure out some better ways. But instead of just locking myself into sketch, line, color and being very miserable and not really liking how it turns out, because I really like to block in colors way earlier in the process so that I know how it works and I know how my values are working. I don't know if that tangent makes any sense, but I'm in a mood, and the mood is I want to know how to draw. Oop. I just need to experiment with all sorts of different processes, and then eventually I can figure out what the actual right process for me is. But there's like a Joan. I love a Joan. I feel like their designs are an endless battle. Let's actually put this just over there. And then I will have to tweak the colors here for the lighting environment, because this is very pale for the lighting environment. On a harsh white background, this is fine, but here it is not. What? Can't just donate to me. That's ridiculous. Thank you. Never gotten a donation on stream before. Thank you. Let's get... Oh, I don't like Elliot's colors yet. We'll fix that later. His skin tone and his hair tone are fine, so we'll start there. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Is this what real streamers feel like? I am $3 richer. That's crazy. Oh, that's not his skin tone. Okay. Marlin! Marlin's already blue, so he's just gonna blend into the background here. Eventually we'll make the background a proper color, but right now, it is definitely still blue. I feel like I can actually draw all three of these characters at once at the moment, and that's insane, because I always go through phases of like, oh, I know how to draw Marlin now. And then like, oh, I no longer know how to draw Marlin. When I draw Marlin, I am not satisfied, but I do know how to draw Joan. And then I'll like go through phases between them like that, where I just get in a groove drawing one of them and level up my skills to the point where I no longer know how to draw the other ones because I haven't drawn them with my leveled up skills. But right now, I can draw all three and I'm pretty satisfied with them. And even better, that means that they can do things together. It's crazy. And so I can finally start like I guess not start. I've been drawing them together for a long time. I just wasn't satisfied with it. But I can draw them interacting lately. And that's a lot of fun because it makes it feel much more real that they can maybe exist and I could have an actual story with them. I made kind of a breakthrough in the story last night, and it is like the most minor of changes except for how it changes everything, and like I have a lot better ideas now except for how it changes literally absolutely nothing. But instead of being a funny little runaway prince and being very annoying, Marlin will be more of an orphan but was still raised in the high society. And I feel like that changes my perception of him enough that it changes how I can write, and I'm happy with that. Let's get this all nice and proper. Get his hands back in there. Excellent. He looks like Marceline here. Forgot that the long black hair would do that to him. But that's fine. Marceline is a very good thing to look. Hope you are all doing well. Sorry to be a little quiet. Let's get this in there. Let's get the whites of his eyes too. Yes. This works nicely. I'm so scared of working on webcomic artists working on their pages. I do occasionally. I find it hard to pay attention to streams, which is not very helpful to say as a streamer. But I like going through old archives of streams. I've watched a lot of McKay and Gray, and I really like watching their process. Watching comics be made is always baffling to me. It's like a fun little magic trick that I don't understand yet. A trouble for me is that I feel like I've consumed a lot of like the fundamentals of like how I have the how all in words and I have it in concepts in my brain, but I have such trouble translating that into the doing, and usually it takes just forever until one day where I have a breakthrough and then it's like, oh, I know how to do it now. Now I'm a pro at this. The last 2 years floundering, that doesn't count. Now I'm a pro at this. Overnight, I just like suddenly know how to implement what I've had rattling around in my brain. And it's kind of like that with all of my skills, which is super frustrating. Because it means I have to do a lot of trial and error without getting much improvement, which is really demotivating. I was taking a comics class. I finished that comics class and it was fun. I didn't. I still don't get it. I feel like I'm closer to getting it, but I'm not there. A lot of what we did at the end of that class was just figuring out how to write, how to pitch a comic, because it was also meant to kind of show you, like, this is how the industry works and how you can enter it. And I got that. I've put together a lovely little pitch packet. It's not done yet, but that was a lot of fun. I just need to know how to make a comic too, and that hasn't quite hit yet in understanding how to put things all together. No, he wouldn't have that curl yet. I feel like once things are less pandemic out and I can actually do classes in person and meet up with people again, I will get a fun little boost in art skills. Because I get so much from doing art socially. Being able to talk through things just like this, like I do on stream, and like see people doing art in person and everything really hits different than studying online and stuff like that, and even just chats. So here's hoping that things are safer soon. I would love a mentor like Ryan, and I wish I could actually connect with Cutter, but I don't have any transportation, which is a pretty major issue. And that brings us to our sponsor, Skillshare, but not really, because Skillshare is not paying me. I wish. I got my first like contact for like a potential sponsorship recently-ish. I didn't end up taking them up on it because I was like, I don't know. It sounds like you're not gonna pay me in money. You're gonna pay me in mediocre art supplies. So that sounds like a no. But that was interesting to kind of have a channel big enough that occasionally you get messaged about these things. I feel like this is getting kind of cute. I can almost see that it could be finished. What color would his pants be at this moment? Probably the dark blue. Also survived. No thanks to you. Not bring you some glee. Oh, look at me. Now I'll burn all the memories of you. Let's get that bow in there. Let's see. Do we think there was a bow on this? Okay, so Marlon stole his shirt from a sailor. It was just sitting upon the dock and he stole it. And then Elliot's aunt, Adelaide and Leonore, tailored it in. Do you think that this cute little bow was there before Adelaide and Leonore got to it? Or was it added? This is the question. Maybe it was just more flowy? Point of no return. Hi! Welcome to stream. You're back on me, what for, dear? Hello! We're doing streaming things, we're working on this illustration, and we're chatting, as is the thing. It really do be playing in our heads. Just is sometimes it's just in there. That's just what happens. Sometimes you have Yaskier on the brain. I was in a terrible mood and I tried figuring out what to watch and I was like, maybe I'll rewatch The Witcher. But as soon as I put it on, I was just like, ugh, no, I will not be doing that. Because I just like couldn't stomach rewatching it. I was like, no, this isn't fun at all. But I loved watching it the first time. It was terrible in all the best of ways. And I'd still, like, my brain is just like, A solid 70% The Witcher. And for what? I can't even rewatch it. Let's see. I don't like Elliot's colors. I gotta work on that because I don't like them. I saw your face. Wanna get better, 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 better. What if we push him also more red? I feel like that might help. Let's try to get the same tone of red, at least. So we don't muck up our values. No. Elliot's just like the brightest of the bunch. And I feel like he deserves bright values. I don't know. I feel like wanting to do a yellow character but keep his red hair is really throwing me. So maybe we gotta just go brighter. But like when I went too bright, like his values were all wonky. Maybe we could do a light one? There is not one brain cell among these guys. Not one single one. I do think the brighter yellow brightens him up better. And maybe we could do a little bit of a brighter red for Joan to kind of balance that. I don't know. I just feel like my tones got a little muddy with them. Tricky. I did have someone suggest maybe he could have a dark top and lighter pants. Maybe we can do that. But you can't really have a dark top that's not just a yucky brown in this palette. Maybe we can do it. Maybe it's okay. Maybe a colder brown? Goodbye, Luz. There we are. Have a lovely day. Or night. Or morning. Whichever one it is. They're so good. Okay, I could do brown top. I can do brown top. Oh, that is the same blue already. What about the dark blue? I wanna be your dog. Wanna be completely at your beck and call. Wanna live in your laundry. How I long to be your dog. Wanna be. Color's hard. As well. Want to be your dog. I wanna be the pebble that gets stuck inside your shoe. Thing that gets back to you. I wanna be your dog. Wanna be completely at your beck and call. Kind of almost like that. It's like ridiculous and bright, but it's like fun. Pebble that gets stuck inside your shoe. Wanna be the best to you. Wanna be. Let's bring her back down to the one we had before. I do kind of like the brown for Elliot. Long to be your dog. How I long to be your dog. Your dog. And it kind of brings like a sense of Elliot's the most mundane of the group. He doesn't have any innate magic or any ridiculous monster warlock pact. So he's just a guy. So I feel like Brown might actually help there. And then this doesn't quite work. I should work on the background. That might hypothetically be a good idea. fun little hypothetical where I work on the background. What kind of tone should it be? I suppose that's what I should get down first. I liked the blue, but the blue is no fun. Take so much away. Way that time can offer you a trade. Time is gonna take so much away. Way that time can offer you a trade. You gotta do something that you can get wiser at. Do something that you can get better at. Only time that time will leave you with. And I can raise it up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we should slam dunk a tone checking layer over top of everything here. So at least I know where my values are. Oof. Oof. Let's try to get something darker there. Could be anything. Could be expertise in Middle Eastern traveling. Unraveling. On a very tight price. Use the price to buy something nice. On a whippersnapper's mind. And then I can throw a lovely little gradient layer over everything, maybe. Oh, we need it to be darker. That can help. Then, let's see. We want the lighting probably to hit Elliot and Joan's faces. And we would have a little bit of bounce light up to I should put that on a new layer, actually. Always happy to demonstrate the chaos of my workflow. There we go. A little bit of that. Then this is a little bit dark, but that's okay. We can get that back up here. Na 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 na. Wonder where the stars go when the sky is blue. I wonder where the lights go when they start coming true. I wonder if we'll straighten all the things we've knocked askew. How can we right our wrongs if there's no how or why or who? Let's see, how about glow? Add glow? Oh, lost the right to choose. How can we solve these mysteries? Have not any clues. Wonder as I wonder, and the wondering gets stronger. Can't really be much longer till I wonder my way through. The wondering comes down, and it seems there's no way out. I whisper, laugh, or shout all my wonders to the world, to the world, to the world. You have went ever since I grew. I wondered will the pages all those pictures that I drew. I wonder how the thing inside me did brew. Words cannot explain it, there's nothing I can do. Wonder as I wonder, and the wondering gets stronger. Can't really be much longer till I wonder my way through. The wondering comes down, and it seems there's no way out, unless I whisper, laugh, or shout all my wonders to the world. Let's grab a airbrush tool. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Maybe we can do a red. How do we do Jones? Teal? Do we all know, yet only tell a precious few? Moored upon the shores a ship, and on its deck the crew. Faces are familiar, their eyes are glazed with gloom. If I shot the coon, would I sail to the edge of the world or continue right on through? Seems frighteningly new. Sit on to a glass of all it's due. I wonder as I wonder, and the wondering gets stronger. Don't really be much longer till I wander my way through. Okay, those are colors. I can absolutely drop my Spotify playlist. I do warn that it is the most chaotic playlist. Have fun. Go wild. Na 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 na. I feel like the colors are going well so far. Like the colors are catching. Colors. So then I just need to figure out how I want to do lines or painting or whatever. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I feel like Marlin should have a little more vibrance on him because we should go to them. Let's make a new layer. Our eyes should go to Elliot and Joan first, and then immediately bounce over to Marlin. But how do I do that? I feel like we've captured attention over on Elliot and Joan with the light there. So now I just need to bounce it over to Marlin. So we all know. Let's see, let's see, let's see. We might be nearing the point where I pet her out on this stream for the moment. There's only so much I can usually manage to do in one sitting. And I can never tell quite how much that is because it fluctuates depending on the state of hyperfixation. Let's hit this with a little bit more of that yellow. I need to practice shadow shapes more. I feel like that should probably be next on the list of things to specifically study. Oh, I see. Ba 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 ba. Maybe the next activity is going through and actually animating some of these, or maybe just like at least putting them into a timed format so you can actually go through them all. That would be fun. Because it's a fun little storyboard and I'm proud of it. It's the first storyboard I've made where I actually feel like, oh, it kind of works. And that's a big win. There's so much to do. I don't follow your mission with care. Things are like this and lonely out there. We will see. I do need to revise the second half of it more. These shots start getting a little bit unreadable. And that's mostly because I just need to do more development on like what Marlin looks like when his magic is on the fritz. Maybe that's what we'll do. Let's new plan. Marlin time. I don't understand why my brush size is so weird. You find a signal whenever you're low. I'll always be open to you. This together, I won't let you fall. Perseverance is the pure soul. Explore till your mission is over. My little Mars rover. Okay. Marlin. I want a good little... I want a nice and twisted up little pose. Let's twist that. Oh, no, I like the head. We could also do... I should really make a page for all of the development pieces I have for cycles with Elliot and Joan and Marlin and stuff, because I have full playlists for them, and I have ginormous Pinterest boards that are only seen by like me and my brother. But I feel like as a consumer, I would love to see development stuff like this for anything I like. So maybe I should actually make that available for this. Because surely there's someone else like me, at least. And if there's other people like me, I want to know them. Put that up there. Fan art! I would be so honored if anyone made fan art of these guys. I just gotta make it so that it exists, and then people can actually see it. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that after the stream. I'll set up a little page with some of the pieces I can share. I don't want to share. Okay. I really want to share like my big work in progress document because I find it so helpful to get outside opinions on it, but I don't want to share it widely. So maybe what I could do is just what I would do if I had like an actual presence is I would have it be like a Patreon perk, but I don't have that kind of pull. So maybe what I'll do is just have it be in the dwelling or something like that. Somewhere where I can control the community a little bit more. Pick and choose whose eyes can be on it, but still have a wider audience than just me and my brother and occasionally Rem. Let's draw another Marlin. Let's draw this one again. See, now this is a pose I should probably get reference for. And I don't think I'm gonna find any just readily available reference that has the pose I want, so I'll probably have to take it. The absolute dream would be being able to assemble a little team that can work on this. To just like be a director and I can work on it and dole out the work rather than it all being on me because I don't have all the skill sets needed to make what I have in my head. Ah, we'll get it. We'll get there. We'll get it made whether it's by me or anything else, whether it's just by me all alone or by a team someday. I feel like Marlin does a lot of wallowing on the floor. That's just a character trait. Which, me too, Marlin. One day. I feel like most, um, the best path to that is making it on my own well enough that people like it. Because then you have a ready made audience is buying power. If you have an audience for something, it's a lot easier to go to pitch it to whoever can help make it bigger. Sometimes you just have to wallow on the floor. I wonder if I could get my brother to take reference pictures for Marlin. Because I feel like he's got a really good sense of how Marlin's physicality would be. We've evolved into the scribbly time of the night. Ooh, board studies! I'm gonna check that out as soon as I stop streaming. Yeah, I think this is about where we're going to end for tonight. We've gotten this to a pretty cool state where we've got lighting and colors in. We've got the composition down, and so I've just got to figure out what the next step is. And maybe the best tactic for that is to try to finish it in like 3 different ways. Find 3 different illustrations that I would like to use as style reference and try to finish it to the best of my ability like those styles. Yeah, that's maybe what I'll do. Not today, but I think that's what I'll do. Try to finish it in the style of 3 different pieces and see which one I like best so I can really try out a lot of different tactics on the very same piece. Excellent, excellent. We've made a game plan. We've made a piece. We've sketched some marlin. All in all, a very lovely stream. So goodbye, friends. Have a wonderful day, or night, or morning,